once you rap or once you turn gay, and I don't got nothing against gay people. It's gay people that work for me. But when I look at you a certain way, if I meet you and you gay, it's like, okay. If I meet you and you portraying that you a man and you not gay, I don't got nothing against gay people. Yeah, you know.
Picture this, the so-called slime king, the one the streets crowned on top, stuck in that cold interrogation room for hours. He's puffing smoke, munching food, and spilling every detail the cops ask for like it's nothing. That leaked footage is shaking the whole YSL case to the core. Everyone rushed to call Gunna the snitch. But this tape hints the real rat might have been the boss himself all along. And now Gunna's flipping this whole thing, dragging Thug's name through the dirt, and even linking him to a murder cover-up in Atlanta. This leaked interrogation tape isn't just some quick chat with the cops. Nah, this was over 2 hours of Thug sitting in custody, cool as ice, talking like he had nothing to hide.
That's mayonnaise.
Mustard, honey.
Oh, I mean, mustard, that's what I mean, I'm sorry.
Crazy part is, this whole saga didn't even kick off with the YSL case. Thug first got scooped up for making terroristic threats at a shopping mall. But police made it crystal clear. We're not pressing charges if you just talk to us. And instead of lawyering up or staying silent, Thug agreed to sit down. He wouldn't put his name on a statement, but he kept answering questions. And that decision alone had everybody side-eyeing. Now here's what really popped out. Thug came off way too comfortable with those cops. Yeah, they were clearly playing him, pretending like they were buddies, but he leaned right in. He ordered food, lit up cigarettes, and even caught an attitude about the condiments they brought. The whole vibe sounded more like a chill diner hangout with friends than a high-stakes interrogation room. Listen to this, that's mayonnaise. Fine, my bad, I'm sorry. If you know how rappers usually act when the feds got eyes on them, you know this ain't normal. Most people go stone silent, but Thug treated it like he was sitting at a business meeting. Then things took a turn, heavy turn. He started dropping names, and that's when the room shifted. He brought up Pee Wee Roscoe, the same dude linked to the infamous 2015 Lil Wayne tour bus shooting. Thug claimed Roscoe used to haul Wayne's drugs and painted him as the kind of guy breaking the law every single day. But when the talk hit who actually lit up that bus, Thug backed off fast. He basically told police, "That wasn't me. I didn't call that shot. Roscoe was moving on his own." Now, depending on how you see it, that's either Thug being straight up honest or shifting the blame so he didn't get wrapped in a murder-for-hire plot. Then came Birdman, and Thug didn't bite his tongue. He aired out the tension between Birdman and Lil Wayne, talking about their messy fallout, the $30 million Wayne was supposedly owed, and even questioning why Wayne was out here crying over that money. Wild part? Around that same time, folks were already calling Thug the new Lil Wayne, since Birdman was lining him up as the next star, like Wayne's straight-up replacement. But here's where it really gets spicy. Cops weren't just poking around about rap beef. They grilled Thug about his lyrics, pressing if those bars were just exaggerated lines, or if they reflected real-life dirt. Thug danced with the answers, admitting some were stretched, but also hinting some were the truth.
Ooh, I'm like, you shot at somebody, bro? But I don't fucking know, because every day niggas broke laws. I don't know. I honestly don't.
That kind of half confession makes the tape even more explosive because it blurs the line between art and reality. Like every rhyme could double as evidence. And the longer you listen, the clearer it gets. This wasn't random questioning at all. Cops wanted one thing. Who put the battery in Pee Wee Roscoe's back? Who told him to go after Wayne? Who gained from that beef turning into bullets? And even with Thug trying to dodge, his words still put Birdman, YSL, and himself smack in the middle. Now with this leaked audio flooding the internet, fans are quick to scream, "Snitch!" But the truth ain't that black and white. Pee Wee Roscoe, the same name all over that tape, actually came out swinging for Thug, saying he's clean as Listerine. According to Roscoe, Thug wasn't snitching at all. He was just sticking to the rules of an interrogation, keeping it real, and trying to look out for a close friend who was under fire. Roscoe swears the leaked audio got twisted by someone who didn't even catch the full context. Thug himself jumped on social media to clap back at the narrative. On X, he wrote, They didn't play my interrogation video in court because I helped my brother, the Ratware. His whole point was simple. The tape showed him helping someone close, not stabbing anyone in the back.
He ain't 70 million, and he owed him 30 million. He gave Drake 20 million, Nicki Minaj 10 million. He thought he had an understanding that he paid out the 100 million.
Still, fans and critics are completely split. Some call out hypocrisy, especially since Thug beefed with Gunna, who caught the same snitch label back in the day. Let's be real. This leak exposes just how razor-thin the line is for rappers in situations like this. Step into a world where loyalty means everything, and even just talking in an interrogation can get flipped into straight-up betrayal. Especially when you look at the YSL backdrop this is all tied to. Some folks swear this leaked tape connects to a bigger murder cover-up with Thug's name stamped all over it. And here's where the story turns dark. Real dark. The bigger picture behind Thug's case isn't just music or one random crime. It's a web of violence linked to YSL.
When I was locked up and Jeff was locked up, we went viral when they was like, that's the type of friend you want. He was like, man, Roscoe ain't told y'all the damn thing.
For over a decade, YSL's name been tied to all kinds of dirt. Bodies dropping, dope being pushed, armed stick-ups, and even witness intimidation. And all the while, they kept pushing the front that YSL was just a record label. But rewind to 2022, that infamous indictment dropped, hitting 28 people tied to YSL with charges designed to prove it was way more than music. Prosecutors painted Thug as a co-founder and leader, stretching influence from Cleveland Avenue across Atlanta. They claimed YSL pulled young recruits into a violent circle where crime and rap were completely tangled together. And here's the chilling human cost. On May 18th, 2024, tragedy struck. A deadly case of mistaken identity left a young mother gone, while her 2-year-old sat helpless, watching it all unfold. Prosecutors say YSL member Jamal Baker and 2 others sprayed more than 3 dozen bullets into a car they thought carried a rival. But inside wasn't an enemy. It was 21-year-old Naja Sapphire Cox and her baby. The kid was right there the whole time, watching his mom bleed out, said the DA's assistant. That young mother had 0 ties to gang life. She wasn't a criminal, just an innocent caught in the chaos. And if you're asking where this all traces back to, police believe the spark came from Lil Baby shooting a music video in the wrong neighborhood. Jamal Baker got slammed with life without parole plus 65 more years, while his co-defendants still sit waiting for their shot in court. And this ain't just some flashy headline. This is real-life devastation, proof of how YSL Street moves rip families apart and leave bystanders in the line of fire. But here's the twist. This tragedy could actually flip into an advantage for Gunna, giving him a cleaner look compared to the storm surrounding Thug. In hip-hop circles, Thug's always been seen as the OG, while Gunna got tagged as the type to fold under pressure. But with this case blasting YSL's violent reach into the spotlight, Gunna's got a chance to flip the script smart. By keeping his image clean and proving he had no ties to deadly hits, he can come off as loyal, streetwise, but not reckless. And in this game, media and public perception mean everything. Gunna's camp could spin it heavy through interviews, social posts, even slick lines in his songs, showing he made it out of the chaos without blood on his hands. The takeaway? Being too close to the action can wreck you, but Gunna can sell it as experience, not weakness, while all eyes stay locked on Thug as the mastermind of a deadly empire. When Gunna walked into court in late 2022, it wasn't just another legal appearance. It was a moment that reshaped his entire image. He took what's known as an Alford plea. For anyone not deep in legal lingo, that basically means, I'm not saying I did it, but I know the evidence could bury me. In the courtroom, it's a survival move, pure strategy. But on the streets and in hip-hop culture, that kind of nuance almost never lands. What fans heard loud and clear was explosive. Gunna admitting YSL wasn't just a record label, but also a gang tied to violent crimes, from murders to drug trafficking. That one acknowledgement, simple as it sounded, detonated online and set the narrative on fire. That little clip of him saying, "Yes, ma'am," turned into his scarlet letter overnight. Almost instantly, voices like Boozy called him out, while social media ran wild. Memes flooded timelines, and just like that, Gunna became the poster boy for what people thought snitching looked like, even though legally, he hadn't pointed a finger at anyone. That single moment clung to him like glue, following him all across the internet. But here's the real breakdown. Gunna never cooperated with prosecutors, and he didn't testify against a single YSL member. His plea was calculated: cut down jail time, dodge the trial circus, and carve a path back to music and normal life. And guess what? It actually worked. While Young Thug stayed locked up in brutal conditions, Gunna walked free and kept building his career. Gunna stepped out with noticeable weight gain and health struggles, but he wasted no time getting back to his career grind. That contrast alone lit debates on fire: loyalty versus survival, street code versus legal strategy. And here's where the double standard smacks you in the face. Plenty of YSL members took plea deals or admitted to gang activity, but Gunna got roasted the hardest. Meanwhile, others slipped by with lighter sentences or barely a ripple of public backlash. He became the lightning rod for criticism. Fans, media, even rival rappers questioning if he was truly loyal. Why? Because in hip-hop, just acknowledging gang ties, even in a courtroom strategy move, gets twisted into betrayal. And the real irony? Thug, the so-called real one, sat rotting behind bars way longer, dealing with personal decline, while Gunna was out rebuilding. Fan reactions came in fast and fierce. Some saw Gunna as sharp and adaptable, surviving a storm that could have drowned anybody. Others straight up branded him a traitor, ignoring the fact his court move was pure strategy. And it wasn't just fans. That divide shaped how the whole hip-hop world looked at him. It's a messy tightrope, trying to balance legality, loyalty, and what the public decides is real. And then comes the career angle. Gunna's plea, harsh as it seemed to outsiders, actually gave him a major edge. He went right back into the studio, kept the collabs flowing, and kept his momentum strong. Meanwhile, Thug's whole path slowed down, locked up, battling health issues, and drowning under constant headlines. The contrast between the two is brutal. One artist surviving and thriving after a plea, another stuck in a cycle of legal battles and personal decline. And for some fans, that contrast flipped the whole loyalty debate on its head. If Thug was the real one, why was he the one spiraling, while Gunna moved through the legal system and walked out intact? The irony is hard to miss. Then came that leaked interrogation audio of Thug. Calm, almost too calm, sitting back and dropping names like it was nothing. Instead of clearing things up, it just poured gasoline on the fire. Now the culture's staring at two stories crashing together. Gunna catching heat for a courtroom admission he made strategically, while Thug gets grilled for audio that makes him sound way too cozy with cops. The double standard couldn't be clearer. One man gets vilified for surviving, the other dragged for behavior that could be twisted out of context. It showed just how messy those lines get between street credibility, loyalty, and the cold realities of the legal system. Gunna's camp understood that game too. Every move since his plea has been about controlling the narrative. From interviews, to social media posts, to clever song lyrics, everything was designed to push the message. He made it out without betraying anyone. And here's the kicker. He played the system smart. Some fans actually respect that, even if others say they'll never forgive him. Still, it positions him as cautious, calculated, and adaptable. Qualities that can count just as much as raw street cred when you're surviving the fallout of a high-profile RICO case. And that's exactly where Gunna's supporters started flipping the spotlight back onto Thug. If Thug is the real one, then why did it take him longer to face the music? Why has he struggled harder behind bars? And why is Gunna, who got out early and is stacking his career back up, catching the harshest heat, while others, including Thug, dodged most of that same public smoke? The questions stay heavy, and the answers ain't simple. In hip-hop, this tension refuses to die. Fans debate it nonstop, artists lace it into their lyrics, and the YSL saga keeps unfolding in the courts, in the streets, across social media, and through every track dropped from either side. At the core of it all sits Gunna's yes ma'am moment, no longer just a clip, but a full-on symbol. A symbol of survival under fire, a lightning rod for controversy, and the lens through which everyone measures loyalty, strategy, and street sense. It proves how dangerous and complicated it is to move through the legal and cultural storm tied to YSL. And it leaves one burning question hanging. In the battle between loyalty and self-preservation, who really comes out on top? If you rocked with this breakdown, make sure you subscribe and like this video. Plenty more wild stories are on the way.